What's up, y'all? This is Rom coming back at you with yet another car video. Too many good guys think the men who get women are just toxic. Too many good guys, and that's some bullshit. For those who saw the video I had yesterday with the lovely Brittany, she hits me up privately with some stuff. She hit me up with this video, and this guy, he was talking with another content creator about, and since I don't push anybody on this site unless we cool, I ain't gonna tell you who he was, but he's talking about like all the guys who getting women are toxic, getting them pregnant and stuff. And I'm gonna tell you what. Some are, but they're not. And there's two major issues with that. There's two major issues. The first thing is, dudes have to get out of that mindset that the men getting the women out here are the bad boys, the toxic ones and stuff. Now, let's be clear. There are definitely some bad boys getting some women. There's definitely some very toxic ones, some straight up demon lovers getting women out this joint, right? No, that's definite, but all of them ain't that way. All of them are not that way, and see, that's where a lot of guys go wrong. Some of them some good dudes. If you actually talk to them, I know plenty of good dudes, good-minded dudes. They getting women like crazy. But see, here's the thing with them. They not that quote unquote good. See, a lot of those good guys, they might be cool, but cool in some sense, but the problem with them is they don't have that basic attraction. Now, me and Brittany on the video yesterday, and I'll put a link to that in the description box, she talked about basic attraction. Bait. You gotta have good bait. A lot of times those guys who are having trouble don't have good bait. They don't get their body right, don't have any style, ain't fixing themselves up, ain't hooking themselves up with some good cologne. They don't really have anything bringing a woman to them. But then if that's the case, how's a woman supposed to know? How's a woman supposed to come to them? Like if you got an attractive woman, right? If you have an attractive woman, she's going to have a ton of guys coming for her. A ton of guys trying to holler at her. She out here, she's seeing about 50, 100 guys anyway. You got to have bait out here. That's a basic on the game. You got to have it, especially these guys talking about looks. You got to have something about you that stops the woman. Something about you. And a lot of these quote-unquote good guys, they just like that. They don't have good bait. They don't have good bait. And they act like a woman's supposed to read their mind or something. If a woman see them, a woman can't tell if this dude have good, he a good guy. He might well be a good guy. Might be perfect for them. In fact, I've actually told women to really look at them, to maybe give some guys a chance. Don't be quick to kick them to the curb. And you do get some women, they said, once they got to know a guy, okay, that's cool, but the only time they're going to get to know the guy is if they in the same place. And I'm going to get into that baiting stuff later. But one of the things a lot of guys got to do is stop thinking that the guys getting the women are bad guys. Because all that really is trying to put the guy down. And really putting the women down too. Saying, no, why is that woman going for that guy? He's a bad guy. They don't know it. Like I said, yes, there are some bad guys. Yes, there's some straight up demon lovers. But there's plenty of men out here getting a good woman. And they sharp as hell. Like beautiful woman, And they getting a family and everything. But then what these men got, they got a lot going on for them. Seriously, I've been out here too long, yeah. I've been out here too long. And don't hit me with some, well, that's not what it is now. You didn't live back in the day. Ain't shit changed. Ain't shit changed. Women still going for certain types of men regardless. If they have a good bait, regardless. You know? It depends on like other stuff. A lot of women, very beautiful women. And it could be whatever. They still going for a guy who might be practicing the same religion, same social class, whatever. Good, truly, it's not so much, but the thing, it's not even so much the guys are good, it's so much the guys got good bait to begin with, right? And calling guys toxic, or how some guys do it, call them Pookie and Ray Ray, that's some bullshit. That's some bullshit. I've known some guys, they got degrees, everything, clean cut, ain't getting in any trouble with the law, got money, got some baddies. I've been knowing them for decades, know them to this day. Got some fine women. Shit, know them now. Some of them follow this channel. Some of them follow this channel. Just in agreement with what I'm saying. So instead of focusing on the toxic ones, just figure out what the good ones are doing, right? With the good ones. But then, what did I say? What did I start off talking about? A lot of these guys just don't have good bait. That's why the women ain't feeling them. That's why the women, look, that's one thing these dudes who are talking about looks maxing, they do get that part right. Women are checking that man out. They checking out everything about him. Me and Brittany talked about that on the video yesterday. Women checking out, they checking out the dude's body. They checking out his clothes. They smelling him. They love that cologne. Women don't be playing. Shoot, cologne's a cheat code. I just recorded something for my Patreon that's going to be up next week where I'm talking about that. Shoot. What they got is something, and anybody can have it. They don't have to be a bad guy for it or bad behavior. And let me talk about that. Even when you get some women who deal with some so-called bad guys or bad behavior or something, the bad guys are doing you a favor. Like I've always said, like these dudes be talking about Pookie and Ray Ray. Pookie and Ray Ray doing me a favor. Because Pookie and Ray Ray getting rid of the women I wouldn't want to deal with anyway. And if a woman wants to deal with that toxic kind of guy, a bad guy, why you worried about her anyway? That dude doing you a favor. That woman's no good. Hey, let's just be real with it. All these women out here ain't good, quote unquote good. You got some bad women out here. Shoot. They'll find a toxic man. And you want them to. If you're a truly good man, you trying to do something with your life, you don't want them anyway. So why you worried about it? See, hold up, let me go on a tangent. Why are like some so-called good men worried about some like toxic women or bad women or baddies going for, just think about the term, even baddies going for toxic men. They doing you a favor. Why would you want that? Why would you even want to put up with that shit? I want y'all to think about that. They doing you a favor. You don't want that woman any damn way. I want y'all to think about that. Think about that hard. Why would you want that woman? Alright? Now, some dudes will say, well, I want that good woman and everything. She going for the baddie. No, she ain't. If she going for that bad, or she going for that toxic man, there's something toxic in her. Trust me. Trust me. I've seen that. No matter how good they look on the surface, there's something there. So, you don't want that woman anyway. But, first thing, don't worry about it. If that toxic man, he's doing you a favor. And if a woman go for him, well, shit, there's 4 billion other women in the world. You got to have an abundance mentality. And the second thing, if you're not attracting women, you gotta look at your bait. You gotta look at yourself. If you get 20 women who don't want you, the only thing they had in common, no matter how much they might be in what you consider your tribe, no matter how much they have in common, the only thing they have absolutely in common is you. So if you rejected by all these women, you gotta look at yourself and say, okay, what is it about me? And a lot of these quote unquote good guys, they just not attracting the women. They just not attracting them. Or, they talking and stuff. I remember I was at a very good friend's wedding. And we had one of those quote unquote good guys at the table with us. The only thing that kept me from just saying shut the fuck up it was my friend's wedding. I didn't want to start any trouble or anything like that. But this dude was just bitching like a motherfucker. It was like, dude, this your boy's wedding. Shut the fuck up. Seriously. He's like, I do this. It's like, dude, you had a friend's wedding. Just be quiet. Keep your shit to yourself. At least wait till after the wedding. Shit. Let him do his thing. But you get a lot of guys like that. But you know what? I can't talk about his face, but I can tell this dude didn't hit the gym. Had a bad fucking attitude. And shoot, even some of the women, a couple of the women, because I was there with a lady and she was like, nah, not him. So it was just like, what the fuck? Like a lot of these so-called good guys, instead of bitching, work on their bait. Hit the gym. Change how they dress. Look at their posture. They need to become attractive to the women. Women get into bait just the same way men get into bait. Because just like men, we know if a woman don't have a shape we like anyway, got a funky attitude, we ain't gonna fuck with her. We ain't gonna fuck with her. If she don't look the way that we think looks good, first of all, we don't really get past that. We don't even get into the personality and all of that. But women the same way. They checking out your physicality, your looks, everything. They checking out all of that. They don't go, hey. And if you don't look good or work on it, and every man can look on it. Like I said, you can get a barber. You can figure out which is your best look. You can hit the gym. I talk body game all the time. You can still work on your posture. You can do a lot of stuff. A man can do a lot of stuff. A lot of these guys who are having some trouble, but they call themselves good. Learn, get some social skills. Really get some social skills. Just get some skills. Develop some confidence or some shit. Like Brittany had said, she saw 15% of men as select. And that's close to what other things have said. Because other people have said, many men have said select too. Only 15%. Less than that 20%, and we won't go into those studies that say women only checking for 20% of men. But that means there's an opening. And any man can become select. Any man can work on his attractiveness. Any man can join a gym. Any man. There ain't nobody stopping you from joining a gym. In fact, I've talked about that before. Shoot, if you can do a push-up, you can do body game. You don't even have to join a gym for that. And you can figure out what clothes you can put on. Shoot, you can test that out. In fact, a tantra master, he had said, shoot, you find out right away if a woman feeling you or not. As soon as you step out the door. So I would say, look, if you could figure out something, if you started today trying to figure out your attractiveness or whatever, you could start today, this minute, and you can figure that shit out. Because let me go on another tangent. You get a lot of guys on here complaining. Don't be on here complaining. You got about a few thousand videos. A few thousand videos just on this channel telling you what to do. When I'm telling you body game, that's something you can do. You know? Dress well, letting the barber bless you and stuff. You can do whatever works for you. Oh, let me hit something real quick. Because right now, yesterday I shaved the beard off. It'll probably come back. Somebody was trying to talk some trash. Well, the beard works when I have it on. When I look like a little rough and stuff, it works, trust me. Otherwise, I wouldn't do it at all. And I got other reasons for shaving it, so don't worry about it. Don't worry about another man. If the other man complaining, then he need to think about it, you know? And speaking of beard, beard game is popular. You just got to figure out, any man can figure out what's his best look. You got to have the bait. Women checking, women looking. When you approach a woman, when you cold approach a woman, she checking you out right there. And even your shoes. Because even Brittany said that yesterday. She said, she gave an example. She said, when a woman looking you up and down, trust me, she looking at your shoes. You can figure that out. Any man can build this. And that's the beauty of men. Men can actually build their attraction. That's one thing. That's one advantage we have over women. You know, I don't put women down, but I gotta be real. Women start losing, they hit their peak attraction in early 20s. Some people would say late teens. And no matter what they do, they don't hit it again, because, you know, we just looking at the body. We just looking at the pure physicality. She could wear a potato sack and we still be like, yeah, girl, you fine. As long as that potato sack, she put it on right, we'll check it out. But see, that's one thing we're doing. But see, a man, when a woman's looking at a man's attraction, it ain't more or less his pure attraction. It's more or less what he can do to fix up. You know, he can fix his teeth. He can fix a beard, you know, let the barber bless him, you know. He can get some clothes, everything, because women look at all those factors. So a man who might be genetically average can still fix himself up. He can still hit the gym. He can still wear certain clothes. He can definitely wear some good shoes. A man can fix himself up. That's why you get some men in their 50s, 60s, and 70s still stroking. Well, select men anyway. Select men. Because a man can fix himself up. Indeed, when you look at like famous men considered sexy, they ain't considered sexy until they like in their 40s. You know, got a little bit of gray on. You know, how they walk. A man can build himself, and that's the beauty of it. Like, these good guys out here, good guys. And I always put some, if I was writing this as an essay, I'd always put that in quotations. They can fix themselves up. Like, here's one thing I've noticed with some guys. You get some guys in their 30s and 40s still dressed like kids. And I'm like, dude, you gotta dress like a grown-ass man, even when you casual. You know? As Brittany would say, grown and sexy. Shit, trust me, you'll get somebody. You will get somebody. You're gonna attract something. Women always looking. They checking you out no matter what. They checking you out. As long as you like fix up. Man, any good guy can fix up. You know? Because I would say don't get mad at the toxic men or the men you calling toxic. One, you don't know that person. You don't know that woman who's going for them. And it's not just toxic men getting getting the ladies. Like I said, I know plenty of guys who are far from toxic getting the ladies. Getting like some fine ass ladies. And I've known that I've been seeing that since the 70s. I've been seeing that since the 70s up to this minute. Shoot. They far from toxic. Like I said about my youngest son. He getting ladies like crazy. He's a good guy. He's far from toxic. Shoot. I told y'all a couple years ago when he went to his school prom, that dude was dancing with 6 women at one point. And not the women he brought with him to the prom. Hey, that's how you got it. But see, you just got to have the right attitude and everything. You know, so you got to understand. Yeah, there's some toxic dudes. Don't focus on them. Don't worry about them. Plenty of good guys out here getting it. But see, a lot of guys want to put all these other guys down because they don't want to really look in the mirror. You know, and then, first realize all these guys ain't toxic, and then look in the damn mirror. What you doing to fix up? What you doing? You letting the barber bless you? You fixing up, you getting some good clothes? You looking good and shit? Trust me. Trust me. It'll work. And that's how you gotta be. That's how you gotta be. Stop getting mad at all these other guys and everything. They doing their thing. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about all these other guys or what they doing, not doing. Stop calling yourself good. Like I said, a woman, she don't know you good. You wearing a sign on it. You know? And if a woman ain't checking you out, that means your bait ain't good. You gotta have bait. That's you gotta fix up. Shoot, that's how some ugly dudes be getting some women out here. Shoot, they at least if they know they ugly, but they'll fix up everything else. Shoot, they be sharp. They'll be sharp. You know, make sure they got their clothes on right, got their shoes right. They'll get something. And trust me, women are always looking for something. They looking for something. And like I said, that's the beauty of men. We can fix our shit up. We age like wine. Shit, we can fix up like for life. You know? Women, I mean, sad to say, most of them don't have it like that. Because we just looking just at their physicality and stuff. Anyway, y'all, that's all I got for today. I'll get back with y'all. All right, y'all. Peace and blessings.